Alright guys, so before I show you this test, I want to tell you something. I did get a hold of the FIREClean Patent, and we were both right. I was right, you were right. It's basically just a bunch of oils mixed together that make FIREClean. It says in it that it can be a combination of multitude of oils, and they all kind of mix together and form one nice fouling resistant, carbon repelling substance. And I believe in part of it is said that up to 20% or so can be composed of synthetic oils. So FIREClean is nothing more than just a mixture of a bunch of oils, but that mixture combines together in a very, very useful product. So here's my test. Alright guys, so this is not going to be a very scientific test, but this is something that I kind of wanted to just show and maybe prove something, maybe not prove something. So what I talked about before, I'm all going to pretty much apply here, and I'm going to clean a very dirty bolt. I have a very dirty bolt here, and I have not cleaned this in a long time. As you can tell, it's kind of caked on there pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it with canola oil. Now I know this is not what the tests were showing. They're showing using Crisco, but canola oil is canola oil. So we're just going to find out. Great value canola oil. Nothing too fancy. I know it's not Crisco brand, but canola oil is canola oil. Filled my little cup. It's not, you know, it is canola oil. This is not a bunch of FIREClean. I'm just going to take a patch, and in theory, if FIREClean and canola oil are the same, this oil should clean all the carbon off the face of this bolt. So let's find out. It is cleaning it. It is somewhat breaking it up. I will say the canola oil is a lot messier, it seems, in FIREClean. This seems to kind of run all over the place. I mean, it's cleaning it, but it's leaving residue and all that. Alright, so there's still some buildup on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let me grab my FIREClean, and I'm going to use a new rag, and if the FIREClean gets this buildup off of here, mo better, then there's obviously something else in it. As you can tell, it is a dirty, dirty bolt. Matter of fact,
it's real dirty. Brush.
so here's what it seems like. There's still some buildup on there, but you're going to have that. It seemed like the oil, the canola oil, did clean it. I mean, it helped. It gave it kind of a way to clean the bolt, but the FIREClean seemed to have worked a little bit better on the base of this this bolt here. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to clean the rest of it with FIREClean. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Looks better, but it's not perfect. The FIREClean seemed to have helped a little bit better. It's not as oily, so I think there's something else in the FIREClean. I don't think it's just pure canola oil. So that's really it, guys. Alright, so for part 2, I'm going to clean my Glock. I'm going to clean one side of the slide with canola oil. I'm going to clean the other side with FIREClean. Just do a quick swipe and we'll see which one cleans off more. This gun has been through about 1,000 rounds. Brand new, but has been through about 1,000 rounds within this last month. So we will see. Like I said, not the best test, not the best, most scientific test, but I figure a little hands-on never hurt anybody. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one swipe with the canola oil. Actually, you know what? Let me take apart. So I'm going to do a swipe on that side, and I'll just show you how dirty it is. So you can tell it is dirty. So there's that. So first, canola oil. Take a little dabble. And I'm just going to get my finger in there. Matter of fact, better idea, use a Q-tip. So canola oil. Alright. Pretty dirty. FIREClean. Pretty dirty. Now you can't see what I'm seeing, but I'll tell you right now, the FIREClean cleaned it better. It's just, you can just see it pulling the carbon away just a lot better. And looking at it, to me it's obvious. It's not like night and day, but I don't know, it's all my opinion. Let me do one more swipe. Let's go with canola oil. The canola oil is just a lot waterier. It's more, it's thinner. It's got a different texture to it. Like I said, this isn't like an end-all be-all test. This is pretty much just me screwing around on camera here, trying to put something together, but to me the FIREClean does pull it off a little bit better. It really does. I wouldn't say that it's like 100% better, but the canola oil is leaving kind of a residue, and the FIREClean is not. Which side's which here? Hold on. FIREClean is this side. FIREClean leaves a residue, but not as much. So in my opinion, FIREClean does work a little bit better. The canola oil is waterier, and it kind of just tends to flow everywhere. Once again, it's not a 100% truthful opinion. It's not a scientific test, but it just seems that if I were to choose between the two products, if I were to choose between FIREClean or just plain canola oil, I'm going with FIREClean because it's easier to work with. Canola oil is leaving a residue, like a really oily, watery residue. So if anything, maybe FIREClean is just a canola oil or a vegetable based oil that has some type of viscosity agent in it, but I can tell you one thing, it works a little bit better. So I know this test doesn't really prove a whole lot, but what it proves to me is that FIREClean is probably a vegetable oil based product that has a different additive in it. It's not just pure canola oil, so they added something to it. And that is probably the agent that they are not going to tell you about, because that is their secret ingredient. But I can tell you one thing, the canola oil does not work the same as FIREClean. And you really can't see it in the camera. And canola oil does clean. So I mean, if you really just want a cheap alternative, go with canola oil. Fuck it. All right, guys. So as you can see, the results aren't too fantastic, but I will say one thing: the pure canola oil that I used compared to the FIREClean did outperform the canola oil by a little bit. Now, mind you, my Glock wasn't really that dirty, so it's hard to really tell, and I know that's not a very good test that I did, but I wanted to do something. The canola oil also was a lot more watery. It had a more just watery feature to it. So when you started to clean the gun, it ran a lot more. It kind of went haywire, so to speak. The FIREClean seemed to be a little bit thicker, a little more viscous or less viscous, whichever one, and it seemed to be easier to work with, i.e. it doesn't completely just run all over the gun or the bolt. So that's really the only results that I've had. I still prefer FIREClean over the regular canola oil, and that says something. There's something about FIREClean that works better, and it makes it an easier product to work with. What that is, I do not know, but the test is the test, and that is really all that I got from it. So, like I said, guys, you can use canola oil, I guess. It will somewhat clean your gun, but FIREClean is a little bit easier to use. So, keep shooting, guys.